Om Shanti. So, welcome all of you. So, before we start, let us just spend a couple of minutes in silence. This is the workshop on gratitude. Aabhar, Kritagnyata. Let's feel this beautiful and powerful thought of immense gratitude towards the Almighty for giving us this chance to see the light of the day amidst all these challenging times where there is so much of pain and fear in the atmosphere. We thank the Almighty for being so safe at home, which is just one of the reasons to thank Him. And think of n number of reasons to be grateful to God. And say to yourself from this today's workshop, let me try to inculcate this habit of gratefulness, being grateful to people around, to nature, and try to use it more and more at my workplace and in my personal. So, with this beautiful note and with this preamble of being grateful to God for everything, welcome all of you for the workshop. We are less participants, but sometimes they all join a bit later. So, just bear with us for that. But that doesn't hold us from starting our workshop on time. So, welcome all of you once again. So, as usual, we have with us Dr. Ashok Mehta. I'm very fortunate. He always is there. I just pick up the phone half an hour, 1 hour prior, tell him, and he's always there to help us and join us all the time. So I would like to welcome Dr. Ashok Mehta and ask to say a few words for the workshop. Over to you, Dr. Mehta.
Om Shanti, Manoj Bhai, and to all the participants of this gratitude workshop. I think this is the time, this is the right time to have this workshop on gratitude. We are facing a tremendous challenge of the COVID pandemic, and this is the time to become optimistic. This is the time to think of all positive things. As a matter of fact, we are a school of positive thinking. If anyone asks me, why have we joined Brahma Kumaris? And those who would not know much, I always tell them that this is a school of positive thinking. The positive psychology has a tremendous impact on the present day mental or psychological effects. Most of the time in the past, people used to think as a mental diseases or mental illness, never thinking of the positive psychology. I think that school of positive psychology, which started almost in 2000, Dr. Seligman, I think this is one of the schools which has had a large impact on psychologists across the world. And think of gratitude, think of positivity. In every circumstances, there is always a brighter side. And I suppose this is the time to think more of gratitude for whatever we have, though there are challenges. For example, I have been in my restricted in my house almost for over a year since March 25, 2020. But I am very grateful that I got an opportunity to spend more time with Baba, to more time with myself for my internal journey, for reading, and so many beautiful things. I have a beautiful terrace on the fifth floor of my house, which is very close to the sea and the beach. I never sat in that beautiful house. We have lived here for 45 years, but never spent hours on the every morning at 4 o'clock when I sit outside uh, under the moon and looking at the stars, which we never could see earlier in Mumbai because there was a pollution. So I think there's a gratitude in everything that happens, even the worst scenario. Uh, this is the time really to be grateful for all that we have and all that we are having and all that we will have in the future. Baba has always given us that beautiful picture of the golden age. And all of us, we are very, very grateful for every day's positive thinking, the positive morally, and gratitude for everything. To meet such beautiful people across the world is also a rare thing, and that's we should be grateful to Zoom for giving us an opportunity. You couldn't be at the home and still meet each other at a distance. Otherwise, probably Manoj bhai, I couldn't see once in 6 months or maybe longer. So I think there's a very great feeling, and especially when we have the brothers and sisters from across the world, uh, Anuben and her group of people, I think we are grateful to the pandemic for giving us this opportunity for being together. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much for setting the stage and setting the tone of the gratitude workshop, Dr. Mehta. So I would request now the facilitators to kindly switch on their video cameras and become Vyakt so that people know who you all are, because you all will be conducting the exercises. So we are grateful, as Dr. Mehta said, that today we have a new facilitator from the United States of America. So we are now finally proudly saying USA is also involved. Us means US, us and United States both. So we have Shruti sister from Arizona, the West Coast, Anu sister as usual from Vancouver, Canada. So we have US, Canada, North America is represented today fully. Then we have sister Reena from Delhi and sister Shivani from Delhi as well again. So with this, I would just, because we are falling short of time, so I would move on to the first activity and over to sister Shruti for that. Thank you.
Manoj bhai, will you be sharing the screen?
Yes, I will. Yeah.
So Om Shanti, welcome everyone. We'll start off with an icebreaker. We will play a short video for you, and what we would like you to focus on during this video is, could you move to the next slide, please? What value did you experience from the video? So as you watch the video, if you could just focus on these keywords, the value, and what exactly are you experiencing in the video? Manoj bhai, we can play the video now. All right. So it was a wonderful, short little video clip. We'll give you a minute to just think about it, and we'll start. If you would like to share what you experienced or anything else that you would like to really talk about the video, but focusing on the value. And I can put myself into the gallery mode so I can see all of you. But please feel free to raise your hand or to write in the chat box. There was so much going on in the video with the little girl and the older lady.
Yeah, so Shruti Bain, they have started raising hands, BK Pooja. So if you can just go on the gallery view and maybe you can start seeing. So Pooja Bain, you can
Yes,
share.
now I can see her now.
Shanti. I'm sharing the video also. Can you see me?
Yes, go ahead, Pooja Bain. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Shanti, the video was very nice. Thank you so much. So what I enjoyed was that playfulness of the child in the beginning, the happy face, the innocent face that really gave a lot of positive vibration. And the best moment is when you give, when that old woman came to help that man, she was so happy, though she was stooping, but look at the happiness she had on the face. And that man,
Right.
though he had all the comfort, he could not enjoy the dinner with the father. He could not enjoy. He was lonely. You could see there's this anxiety, this anger. So the best moment is when you give, you know. So when you share, when you
Right.
volunteer. So that's
So-
what the value is: volunteering and playfulness.
Awesome.
That's what I could. Yeah.
Awesome. And we have a few more words in the chat: awakening and also compassion while helping others. But I really like how you started it off, Sister Pooja, with just playfulness. I think that brings us so much.
Innocence
That brings
of
me
a
so much.
child.
Yes, absolutely. And innocence, absolutely. So I am going through the gallery view, but if I'm missing anyone, again, if you can raise your hand, it's faster to go that way. But I am looking out for all of you. Would anybody else like to share? For me personally, I love how he pretended to be blind for the next gentleman. Oh, there is Rita saying, Rita, please go ahead, and I can
Yeah, what I liked was the introspection that he did that finally allowed him to change, because you can go through experiences, that's all fine. But unless you incorporate it into your life, and that comes through a little introspection, a little meditation, or just a thought, you just think about it. And he did that. And so he changed. I think
Very
that was
true.
important.
Very true. Introspection and taking the time to think about it, right? How often are we just in a rush and don't even realize all the wonderful things happening around us? That's beautiful.
Om Shanti.
Yes. Sorry, I can't see who's talking.
Yeah,
Om
Kiran.
Shanti.
Kiran.
Yes, Kirman. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, a beautiful video. We enjoyed it. Of course, that playfulness and the that was very attractive, and the confidence with which the old lady holds the hand of the person with the trust that he is going to help her.
Right.
And after crossing the road, the way she pays back the gratitude, expresses her love and gratitude, was really very amazing.
Yeah,
So that is, it was very obvious that how happy and how grateful she was for that small help. So that
very
is what
true.
gratitude gives us.
Very true. Pay back and pay forward, right? Both of those came out in this video. Very nice. Absolutely. Oh, beautiful. Anybody else?
If you could just wind up in the next 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah, thanks.
Yes, I'm not seeing any more chat messages. Does anybody
One
else
person
have
has raised hand.
anything
Vinaya
else
has
to
raised
share?
hand. Vinaya has raised hand. Vinaya, go ahead. Yeah.
Vinaya,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
Oh, Shanti, yeah. I mean, what I could notice is how the man was callous, very cold, and he was lost in his own world, and he didn't see anyone, who's needing help. And while he was standing, at the crossing, this old lady comes, and still he was very callous and cold, so she forcefully puts her hand around his hand, and crosses. This is how I perceived. And after that activity, when she just pulls his cheeks and gives him his thanks and the love, that's where, when he comes home and introspects on that and decides to help, or how he would feel after he is giving that help. And probably that just rejuvenated him and brought back the positive energy in him. And it was a beautiful video. Thank you. If I could get the link of this, it would be lovely, as I work with kids, and how
Yeah.
we can help kids imbibe the value of gratitude is what I would love to do. Thank you.
So is there any one particular value that you would like to highlight, Vinaya? Because this,
Uh,
you talked about so many things.
uh,
Certainly life has to sometimes grab you by the horns. I mean, that's what it was. Like, she just basically grabbed onto him, whether it was to hug or to hold his hand to grab help.
yeah,
So it's maybe an
yeah,
opportunity. Sometimes it's all about
yeah.
having that
So
opportunity to bring that out in you,
exactly. So
perhaps.
the value that I perceived is be the change to see the change. So this
Very
lady,
nice.
she was a change, to help him understand what exactly it is to help someone. So yeah,
Very nice. Very nice.
thank you.
So Manoj bhai, I think I don't see any more raised hands. Were
Yeah,
you, I mean,
that's okay. So I
should
think
we,
Anu
okay?
sister will be just sharing the. Do you want to share, Anu sister, the chat box? What you're writing something, right, for us? So if you want to share, Anu sister, yeah.
I think Manoj bhai, you are about to write this one. Sorry about that. The confusion.
Fine. Then
Next
that's
one
fine.
was
So I think I can list them down still. I think
That's
we've got
okay.
some
So then
time.
the
it's not a
chat
good
That's
box.
loss.
okay.
So
Okay.
that's fine. We are already getting late on time,
Yeah.
so you can just skip that and go on to the next activity. No worries. Okay.
Okay.
I
Thank
request
you.
Anubhav to please share the screen and then we can start the next exercise. So we are going deeper and deeper into the value and the power of gratitude. And we already are very, very grateful people. But in this workshop, we are slowly and slowly, experiencing and exploring the various details of gratitude, that whom we should be grateful to. So this is a wonderful next exercise is about experiencing gratitude, and then we'll be starting this exercise. Anuben has started sharing the screen. You have to recall a moment in your life when you have experienced gratitude. I think all of us in our life have experienced gratitude. So we'll go on to the next slide. And we have to reflect on one instance in our life. There could be many, but today we have to reflect on one instance where people did something for you, where you have experienced gratitude from other people and you really feel grateful towards them. And you have to just note down that act of gratitude. Okay, so take 2-3 minutes from now, a silent music will be played, and in this moment of reflection, you have to recall this beautiful moment in your life when you received gratitude from others. You have to note down exactly what that person did for you. Okay, so we will play a very nice music and you can start reflecting now. If any one of you who have already reflected the moment, you can just put a hand raise in the chat box. Okay, so I request Vinay Malvankar ji to please share that this act of gratitude you received from others.
Yeah. The act of gratitude that I received was from a rickshawala. I had gone on a retreat, silent retreat, and being a differently abled person, I was not understanding how am I going to help out myself with the luggage. And I just prayed God and I said, God, could you help me out with this? And this rickshawala came and he helped me, take my luggage from rickshaw till the ticket house for the local train. And then he helped me board into the local train as well. I mean, no rickshawala does this. And then after that, when I reached Pune, this from Lonavala to Pune, one girl from on her own, she approached me and she asked me, Didi, where do you want to go? So I said, I want to, catch the rick and go to Kondwa. So she helped me with the luggage. She put me into the rickshaw and she went. So I think this experience I can never forget for my whole life. I mean,
So that
thank you, God, for sending such beautiful angels into my life. Thank you.
that's a beautiful sharing. So anyone else would like to share? I know
Sorry,
Pooja.
Meena sister, I'm interrupting. Can I request participants who haven't shared to do that? Because Vinaya and Pooja, it's being all the time y'all are sharing since the last two exercises. So don't mind me. So if there are other people who want to share, please go ahead.
Yes, I was about to say that Pooja Ben has already shared. So anyone else who would like to share now, who have not shared before? You can raise your hand in the chat box. I think all of you must be having lots of instances where you receive gratitude from others. Hema Kumari Suryavanshi ji, you want to share anything? Yes, Vidhi, please share.
Yeah, actually, I was unwell for the last few days, and my husband and daughter have been, really on their toes. So much of gratitude to God, of course, but to them too for unconditional love and support. Where I could just not do anything, and they have managed the house plus their own school and office, and taken very good care of me along with it. So really thanks to them. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. So, this is the beauty of this gratitude, that we receive gratitude from so many people we haven't even thought of. Okay. So I am looking for more hand raising. There you have already raised hands in the chat box. I'll just see. And who else have raised the hand?
So it's Deepak Bhai and Trikanti.
Trikanti ji. Yes. Yes, Trikanti ji, you can share.
Om Shanti. I want to tell thanks to Vidhi, because in my life she is like an angel. Wherever I find difficulties, wherever I find for decision making, means the problem, she helps me a lot. Even she only helped me to know the Baba's knowledge, and everywhere, and she make me understand the Amrit Vela, everything, whatever I am now, because of Vidhi only. I want to be thankful to Vidhi and to Baba also. So thanks a lot to all of you. Om Shanti.
Nice. Thank you. And now Deepak can share.
Yeah,
You can.
Om Shanti.
Yes. Ji.
Om Shanti. The first time my mother actually helped me to go to Madhuban. Like I was in IT field as a fresher, so I didn't know how to ask for leave. So my mother spoke to my project manager, and I got 2 weeks leave, and I went to Madhuban for the first time on my birthday, on my Laukik birthday. So that was a great experience. I didn't think be able to do that. So I like to thank my mother. Actually, Baba sent her as an instrument. Even though she is not in Gyan, she helped me indirectly or directly. So I'd like to thank my mother for that.
Okay, so nice. And Deepa and Praveen, I think you have not shared before. So will you share your experience of gratitude?
Yeah, thank you, Deepa sister. So Om Shanti. So for me, this is Praveen here, and for me, I saw a good linkage between the first video and this exercise. So basically, just like the senior lady, she held the hand and actually awakened what was dormant inside the person there, inside the young man. In a similar way, I would like to share my life experience where before my marriage, my personality was completely different. And I was kind of more introverted in nature and not too very social. Whereas, just like that lady held a hand, my wife, she held on to me, and she actually completely changed the personality that I am today, and making me more social in that sense. So it's kind of like she awakened, and like the lady in the video, she did not let go of the hand. She kept holding on to it, and she still holds on today. So I really wanted to express that that gratitude that I received from her. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's so nice. And anyone else who want to share? I think we are on the time of winding up this exercise. So Anuben, you can share the PPT where we have jotted down the sharings of various participants. And it is so nice to see that all of you have received gratitude from people, someone from the family members and someone from totally unexpected strangers. So gratitude is such a value we can receive from anything, from anyone, right? So Anuben, can you share what are the experiences of everyone? I think you are already, is the screen visible? Anuben's screen is visible to anyone?
Yes, it's already there. So you just have to read the sister. Yeah, okay.
You want me to read, Rina sister, or you can see it?
It's okay. I think we have already, seen that. So let's move on to the next exercise and we'll explore further on the power of gratitude.
So we move on to Shivani. Yeah, Shivani sister, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so good morning, everyone. Thanks, Reena sister. I'll just quickly share my screen. 1 minute. If you all can let me know that my screen is visible.
Yes, it is. It is just still loading, but it is visible. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's such a beautiful exercise that we did on, what are the things that we are thankful for or we have gratitude for. Somebody said about their friend, somebody said about their wife. That was very nice. So this exercise is going a little deeper on the value of gratitude. Now that we have started reflecting on the what acts of gratitude am I thankful for, this exercise will help us get deeper into the thoughts, the feelings, and the attitudes that we had when we were feeling gratitude or when we saw somebody doing a selfless act. This is a very deep exercise. So my request for all of you would be to just reflect for 3-4 minutes while we are going through the reflective exercise, and also before writing. So I will give 10 minutes to write or to talk. We would not be sharing anything because this is a very, very deep exercise where we're trying to explore our feelings. So this will be more on the introspective side. We try to go into our subconscious mind. So I would like you to kind of reflect on that particular event where you are grateful for somebody doing a selfless act towards you or towards anyone, because we are thankful when we see somebody doing a selfless act. So let's look at reflecting on that act and how that act made me think. What was going on in my thoughts? What were I thinking when I was seeing that act, or even after seeing that selfless act? What were my thoughts? Okay. What kind of feelings did I have? So, one would be a thought that how nice, this person is so nice. The other can be feelings of any kind of feelings that I can have, gratitude towards that person, feeling very happy, feeling full of joy that we still have such selfless acts. And then let's look at our attitudes. So there are three things that we need to reflect on. How was I thinking when that act was happening or that act happened? What was I feeling inside? What kind of feelings or emotions was I going through when that act was happening or the act happened? And eventually, how did that lead to a change in my attitude? Or what kind of attitude did I experience towards that person who did that selfless act? So we are going deeper from the act into the thoughts, feelings, and attitude. So you can keep thinking, and we'll do a quick reflective exercise. I will give 3-4 minutes to think and reflect, after which we will start sharing. So request you not to share anything in the chat box till the time the exercise is over. Right? So here we go. Let's start our reflection, please. Just quickly share some music. Is the music audible?
No, it's not audible. Should I just share it? Is it?
Yeah, no, I'm sharing it once again.
Okay, okay.
It should be audible now.
Yeah. Slightly decrease the volume, yeah, slightly.
So we are reflecting on my thoughts.
Sorry, Shivani, when the music is too loud, we can't hear you what you are saying.
Okay.
Maybe just go half, then go to 6.
Manoj bhai, I request you to share the
Okay, I'll
video.
do that. No problem.
Share the music if you can.
Okay. So just stop the music. Yeah, I'll just share the screen also. Yeah. Okay.
So while Manoj bhai is sharing the music, let's continue to reflect, please. Yeah, somebody is saying, Manoj bhai, that we should go back to that slide. Yes, this one, where we are reflecting on our thoughts, our feelings, and our attitude. Thanks, Manoj bhai. So we'll stick on this slide itself so that we can reflect on all these three aspects. When somebody was showing a selfless act, doing a selfless act, what was going on within me? How was I thinking? How was I feeling? And what was my attitude during and after that act? I hope all of you are thinking and also making a note. This is a very deep exercise. Thank you, Manoj Bhai. So I'll invite somebody to raise hands or speak up. Dr. Ashok Mehta has already mentioned that he felt very grateful, appreciated the help that he received, the selfless act, and blessed the person. So feeling was being grateful, thoughts were of appreciation, and attitude or was of appreciation plus blessing. So these are the three things that he felt and during that act of gratitude. What he did in his behavior was he shared the visiting card and he offered to help if needed. So reciprocation of attitude is also what Dr. Mehta is sharing. Thank you, Dr. Mehta. And anybody else who would like to share their experience, especially on a thought level? Vijay Bhai, I'll come to you. Let's have somebody else also who wants to share their thoughts, feelings, or attitudes. We have BK Ashima. If you would like to share something.
Yeah, Om Shanti. Ashima Ben this side. When I saw somebody, doing a selfless act, I was just amazed to see the purity in that person, that they don't have any hidden motives and they just want to do something for you, and they are not even considering their own tiredness and capability or their own resources, and not having the feeling, no limitations from their side, and just being overflowing as if not just being human, it's like godlike, and they just want to do everything for you. And that person shared with me that they saw God in me. They said that you are like Baba for me, so I don't look at you, I see Baba in you. So I felt very secure in their company and wanted to stay in that company to keep that friendship.
Very nice. So how did you feel towards that person? What was your attitude towards that person?
Attitude was that let me also be so generous and not see their shortcomings or weaknesses, or and just be what stand up to what they look at me. They look,
Very
if they are
nice.
looking God in me, so let me stand up to that level.
How
So my
nice. Very
attitude was,
beautiful.
yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Sister Ashima. So how beautiful. So she felt purity in the presence of that person. This is such a nice feeling to feel, a feeling of purity, feeling of security, she mentioned. So if somebody is doing a selfless act, you feel secure being with them, right? And the attitude that she shared was that she wanted to do similar thing, or she wanted to be equally generous towards others. So it seems like gratitude is it's infectious. Anybody else who would like to share their thoughts and feelings and attitudes? I'll check if there are any hands raised. Mahesh Bhai, would you like to speak? Or Rachna, Sister Rachna from Delhi, would you guys like to speak and share your thoughts?
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
I recall an incident in my life. I was, it was raining. I stay in Delhi, and it was raining very, very heavily. And there was a lot of waterlogging, knee-deep water. And I finished my work from office and started for home at 6 o'clock. I have a vision problem, so I somehow managed to reach halfway by 9:30 p.m. And in this three and a half hours, I had my vision had gone down very badly. I was not able to put medications, and it was continuously raining. I was traveling by DTC buses. I couldn't read the bus numbers, and I was standing at ITO at 9:30 p.m., feeling very insecure. And somehow I just got into a bus without even knowing that that bus was going to take me to my route or not. I didn't even know whether there are any empty seats where I could make myself comfortable and put drops. So I was very insecure and almost breaking into tears. And that's when a very familiar voice called me, "Hey Ratna, good to see you." I I was so full of gratitude to God that, without even asking, somebody has just appeared, and she was someone I knew from college. She held me tightly, securely. She gave me her seat, and she helped me to reach home. And I can never forget that, because
So how did
I
you
don't know
feel
where I
after
would
that?
have.
How did you feel after that? How did your attitude change post that incident?
Obviously, I was full of gratitude to God and to her. And the irony is that when I knew her back from in college, the whole group that we were in never liked her much, because she was not very good looking. People judge people by looks, etc. also. And
True.
that day I realized ki beauty, of course, I have always done that, but mm, it reinforced that beauty lies inside and not in how one looks. So looks doesn't matter. Beauty is inside the person, the nature of the person.
Very
So
nice. Thanks for sharing, Sister Rachna. This is an amazing experience. So basically, when somebody does something, you forget about their weaknesses. The attitude towards them is of gratefulness, and you only look at the nice things that they have done. So it's such a positive feeling, right? I'm sure you are feeling secured in yourself and positive. So very nice, and thanks for sharing. I can take one more sharing, the last one, if anybody wants to share quickly. Sister Hema Kumari, would you like to share? You had earlier raised your hand, but you couldn't share. Anybody else? Okay, I
Yeah,
also see the chat box. Yeah, go ahead, please.
yeah. Hi, Om Shanti. I
Maybe you
recall
could
one
just read the
incident.
chat box responses. Also,
Yes.
there are a few mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just read the chat box responses and then I will come to you. So Deepak, Brother Deepak is saying, I felt grateful when
Yeah,
Brahma
go
Kumari
ahead.
was center. Sorry, Manoj
Yeah.
Bhai, are you saying something?
No, sorry. I think my internet connection is unstable. Sorry. So that's okay. I was just saying about Deepak Bhai. He wants, I think he was speaking as well. So you can go
Yeah,
ahead,
he
Deepak
wants to
Bhai.
speak. Deepak
Yeah.
Bhai, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Like I remember, like when I was in United States for the first time. I'm grateful actually to Boston Center. So I was in Dover and Boston was 2 hour drive. So I used to go there over the weekend. So they helped me a lot. Like I remember those days when I mean my grocery everything got over. So they helped me with rice cooker and all the stuff, and they asked me to stay over also at Cambridge. And I'm grateful for those weekends where they gave a lot of help also, and they are I mean I did a lot of seva also. They gave opportunities for seva. So like cooking and how they cook and all that. So that was a great experience, and I used my skills also like Excel skills also for seva. So all those memories I cherish for long. So I'm grateful to the
Excellent.
center in charge and God. Thank you.
Excellent, Deepak Bhai. So what is how that has changed you as a person, changed your attitude as a person?
Yeah, we need to help everyone. Yeah, that
So
changed
you
my.
started helping everyone. Again, gratitude is infectious, right?
Yeah.
So another feeling that came out was that when you are negative, if you show, or when you don't have much, if you show gratitude, you feel more content. So it's a very positive feeling to be in. With this, I think I will hand over for the next exercise. And I think thanks a lot for sharing. It's been an amazing sharing. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Sister Shivani. I think Anu sister, over to you for the next activity.
Anu sister, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm starting. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so is my volume fine? Everybody can hear me, na? Manoj bhai, let me know. So thank you, everyone. That was really great exercises we went through to experience gratitude. We experienced and we explored that how they're so valuable in our life. So we'll just now go on a visualization, a quick visualization to re-experience the value of gratitude in our life. So for that, play some music. So sit in silence, relax your body, tap onto your inner silence, that inner calmness that you are experiencing right now. Take few breaths in and out and feel the peace that is surrounding you, within you and around you. Bring your attention to all the experiences that you are feeling right now through the exploration on gratitude. Feel the calmness, the comfort, the sense of happiness and contentment. At this moment, everywhere there is gratitude. There is peace and calmness. So now let's go on a journey of your life and bring to your focus all that life has brought to you, all that for which you are grateful for. You see an endless list of many things, situations in your life that are blessings. Now, let us again explore that how does it feel when we miss the energy of gratitude. Think of a situation of conflict that you had with a family member or colleague or friend, or a challenging or difficult situation that you are facing now. Bring that scene in front of you. See it as if playing on a screen in front of you, like a movie. As you are paying attention and seeing that scene in front of you, pay attention. What are the feelings that you are feeling? What is the effect of the situation on your body, heart, and mind? Has the negative energy of the situation taken over of you? And notice what is the effect of that scene on the other people involved. Just for a moment, reflect on all these experiences. And now, let's move to another screen in front of you, next to that older scene. In this new screen, the same scene is playing. But now, bring the energy of gratitude to the scene. You are just choosing to be thankful. Fill yourself with the energy of acceptance, understanding, forgiving. Remind yourself that there is benefit, a gift in every scene, even if I can't see it right now. But right now, I can choose to stay calm. I can choose the energy of acceptance and gratitude. Give to the negative situation. So go beyond the current scene. Remember the virtues, the good qualities of the other person. Thank them for their presence in your life. Just see past this current incident. Bring the trust on life that no matter how much difficult this situation may be, I can pass through it. There is always support around me. I'm not alone. Reflect for a moment. With this shift of energy to gratitude, how do you feel? What is the effect you are feeling right now in your body, heart, and mind? And how is this new scene with the energy of gratitude affecting others? Do you feel the calmness, the comfort, love, joy spreading everywhere? So at this moment of calm, filled with gratitude, as you become full of that unconditional love, acceptance, compassion, care in your heart, divine showers, love, protection, healing upon you. I simply bring gratitude and accept the world as it is. And I experience the constant shower of the divine love upon me, upon the world. Everywhere there is protection, healing, love. I just sit here for a few more seconds, observing the gentle shower of the divine love that's touching every corner of the world. Every soul is feeling that divine touch. There is comfort and healing everywhere. See deeply within what is that you feel. Total trust and protection of the divine, love, thankfulness, gratitude for everyone and for the world. Feel the feeling of fulfillment. You are feeling fulfilled and you are taking with you the fulfillment in your heart and divine love for everyone. So, slowly now, come back to the room you are sitting in, to this moment. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Manoj bhai.
Okay, thank you, Sister Anu, for this beautiful visualization. And we have our guest speaker today already who's arrived, Brother Yogesh. I'll be introducing him soon after I finish the last part of the activity which I'm supposed to do. So before I go ahead, let me just remind you, the people who are new to this, the new participants, if you all can just share your email addresses and your WhatsApp number so that we can send all the communication to you about the future workshops as well on that. So without much ado, I'll just go on to my sharing of the screen. So as you remember, you all would have attended Sister Shivani's talk as well, which was just last weekend. So what we do in the last 10-15 minutes of the workshop before I give it to Brother Yogesh, we try to revise what she had covered and we'll just go on a few summary points. So what she said, Shivani Didi, she started with a reflection, a 1 minute, 1.5 minute activity on gratitude, a reflection. And she said, give a moment to yourself and reflect. Who resonates this quality of gratitude to you? And let's radiate the vibration of gratitude. I'm sure you would have heard Sister Shivani speaking all the time about energy and about vibration. And as Dr. Mehta also that day mentioned that this is the specialty, unique specialty of Sister Shivani. Any value or anything, if she speaks, she always goes on the vibration. So she said that gratitude is an energy and it's a vibration, and we need to radiate that to people. According to her, the new definition of gratitude is it's a very simple word actually. It basically means being thankful to someone or something who benefited you. It could be either in the form of a gesture. We have seen that video, a lot of gestures were seen in that, in the animated form. It could be a word, a simple thank you, or it could be a behavior which makes you feel very nice. So through our exercises, we went from the thought level that if someone does something good to me, what do I feel inside? So the thought and feeling level, we went into that. And along with that, we also went into attitudes. So Sister Shivani then said that this is just a simple definition, but the new definition after she's come into Raj Yoga meditation and after having understood the spirituality, it is not about saying just thank you. when things are perfect for you, or when people, nature, body is perfect for you. Spirituality teaches us that we have to understand that everything which is happening in my life, I just have to be thankful and experiment with that. I'll come to those beautiful experiments which she did, and then it made her experience something wonderful. I'll come to that in a few slides. Then she mentioned opposite of gratitude is all these C's which we use, complaining, comparing, and criticizing. This is not right, this one needs to change. So all this creates a lot of pain in the environment, and pain is a negative energy. So if you create pain even in your thoughts, you can never create gratitude at the same time. So it's important that we change our perception. We move from rejection to acceptance, and from being judgmental to understanding each other. I would not be going through each and every slide in detail, but just I'll touch upon a few things. Moving on to the next true meaning of gratitude, she mentioned about acceptance. So I think if you all remember, we had covered in one of the value episodes, it was basically Sister Sudesh from Germany. She had covered on this beautiful value. So Sister Shivani touched that on the Thanksgiving Day. She was referring to a Sunday's Avyak Murli, where Baba mentioned, or where I must say, God, the Almighty Authority, mentioned that every day, every moment can be a Thanksgiving moment. And that can only happen if inside I have these few things: pure feelings, good wishes, and blessings. In Hindi, there's a beautiful translation which comes in the Murlis for these three words: Shubh Bhavnaएं, Shubh Kamna, and Duaएं. So as you remember, Dadi Janki also used to always say Duaएं do and Duaएं lo, because she used to say my entire life is based on blessings. I have lived 104 years just because of blessings of all over the people. And she used to really say that it's only 10% medications, 50% it is all the blessings from all the people, and 40% is her Purusharth. That's what she used to mention. So again, Sister Shivani mentioned that Thanksgiving should be a way of our life, and it's again at the energy level. It's a vibration which has to radiate from me to the outside. And for this, I need to first connect myself with the Supreme Soul. Then why should I be grateful if something is not right to me? Because she said that we need to have the equation right in our life, that situations do not create our vibrations. Our vibrations create the situation. Means that our vibrations, whatever we are feeling, whatever we are thinking, have the power to change the situations. And if I just shift my thought process to a higher vibration, which is like acceptance, then I can really I can really be carefree and sort of completely forget the low vibration, whatever negativity is going on in the atmosphere. She said living in this higher vibration should be our natural self, and radiating blessings and good wishes should be our natural being. So that's what she was trying to focus and stress again and again. Then she beautifully covered the 6 aspects of radiating gratitude. She went in the detail of each, starting with being grateful to my mind. In this COVID times, let us just not be fearful. Let us be positive, as Dr. Mehta also said in the start today. Being grateful to the body, that I am having this physical body which is hale and hearty. Grateful to the people around, to the objects around, to the nature around. And most importantly, it's the Supreme Divine. And then she beautifully said the definition of gratitude again for her is acceptance and unconditional. That word also, adjective, needs to be added, having unconditional radiations of wishings and blessings for people. I'll just skip this slide. This was Shivani Ben's. You all can read it. We'll be emailing you the PDF version of these PPTs. So Shivani Ben's personal experience was that someone told her that why don't you start saying thank you to the matter around you, which is the physical objects. So say thank you to your air conditioner, say thank you to the car which you are traveling in, the beautiful audio visual system which is there, which is making you feel so nice inside the car, giving you physical comfort as well. Because once we start doing that, she said things start harmonizing well with each other. So that's what even I experienced, that I'm using this system in front of me, my PC, the computer, and the Zoom. Let us just start having this gratitude towards these, because it is this technology which is really getting sort of making us feel connected to each other. And if this was not there, we probably would not have connected on that level. So that's what she realized, that she started doing that. And she mentioned about this, if you can see in the public programs, she does a lot of public programs and talks. So once she was on the stage, if something goes wrong, what will happen? It is not in your control. So best is to just say thanks to the mic, the microphone in front of you. And once you do that, your entire vibration changes of acceptance, the situation which is there, and things start changing. So something which was not working will start working through your energy as well. So this way she mentioned we should try to build a relationship with everything we are working with, not only human beings, but also physical objects. Then she gave the example of Dadi Janki again, that Dadi Janki used to say drama is wonderful. We should always be thankful for the drama. And Dadi never used to like this word. She used to tell that don't tell anyone I'm busy. I'm always easy. And Dadi used to always make sure that she meets the person who's come, who are waiting for them hours. Like she always wanted to say that the last person who also is there, she'll make sure that her lunch and other dinner time is postponed, but she'll meet that person and make that person feel very comfortable. And Dadi also used to say that time and me always go in harmony. So Sister Shivani touched upon and stressed upon this, that always feel even grateful to time, because time, if you say thankful, a word of thank you to your time, it also harmonizes with you. And then you won't be able to waste time. Then worth and waste will not be there much in your life. And very important to remember that we have to be thankful to the drama, because every scene of drama is accurate and beneficial. She also mentioned that a good practice which also came in the Murli on last Sunday was I am the master of my mind. And when I master my mind, I'm easily able to detach myself from the body and from the people and situations around. Then she said another level of gratitude is Ninda hamari jo kare, mitra hamara soye, gali dene wale ko bhi gale lagana. You know, it's very easy to be grateful to people who are doing good things to you. We saw the video, and we would be grateful to the person who's doing those small things. A simple thing that the elevator, if I'm just coming rushing from outside and someone is just holding the elevator for me, we feel, oh my God, thanks so much. We're so grateful to you. But does it happen that people who are really criticizing me, or they are insulting me in front of other people, can I be thankful to them? What for? These few things she said, that they are helping me to bring out that power to adjust, the adjustment power, the power to tolerate, the power to be patient, because they give me an opportunity to work on my ego. You know, because when someone publicly insults me, it can really damage my ego, and I can say, oh, what does he think of himself? He's speaking like that. So at that time, can I be silent? Can I go inside? And can I just thank the person that, yes, you are making me feel more and more tolerant towards you, and you're trying to teach me how to be patient. So this is the way she said that this is the further level. And I think we should all as spiritual people go on to that level now. And she also mentioned that vibration never flows from lower frequency to higher frequency. This is the principle of energy. As we know Newton's laws of thermodynamics, energy always flows from higher frequency to lower frequency. So though whatever negative frequency and energy is around me, it should not be influencing me, because I am vibrating at a higher level. I should be able to influence because mine is a higher energy. And if I'm not able to influence, if I'm getting influenced by people, then it is showing that my energy is also lower. And she said that with nature also, she said it should be a relationship, not a dependency. I'll come to that. It was a beautiful question asked by an adolescent girl, and I took that question, and I'll come to that, that how you should not make sure that with human beings, you're in a relationship, you're not being dependent on them. Like in Hindi, we say, Baba said that in the Murli, actually, a Sambandh and Bandhan last Sunday, that you should be having a beautiful Sambandh, not Bandhan. Adhin nahi hona chahiye. You should not be dependent on them. Because come what may, one day or the other, my relationships, as you know, the COVID times, people are just suddenly not there in your life. They are losing their bodies very soon. We can't even meet them for the last rites. It has gone up to that level. So it's good not to be dependent. But while they are in the body, let us have this beautiful relationship with them. So I'll quickly cover the 2 questions which she said. This was that question which I was speaking. The next one, that girl asked, an adolescent girl asked her that we should be grateful to our mobile phones, but I have become addicted to my mobile. A very sweet one. So she said, how do I get rid of this? Because I keep saying thank you to my phone all the time and I've got addicted. So again, Sister Shivani said that, again, look at it, that it's your relationship with the mobile phone, but it's not a dependency, because the mobile is there to be used. The mobile should not be using you. That's what has happened in that case. So we should shift from dependency to being independent. And she said that the beautiful practice which you can do in the daytime is just keep saying that I am not addicted to you. And please say to yourself that I am detached from you, from this mobile phone. Another question which someone asked is, if you just keep accepting everything all the time, how will we grow? And how will we sort of progress in life? So she said that here we need to understand the true meaning of acceptance. And this again, it has come a lot of times in Murlis, that if I am content inside, santushtata, that is the beautiful value which we have, the virtue which we have. If I'm contented with my body, with the people around, my workplace and my life, which means I'm accepting them, I can grow, I can progress. But what does that mean? I'm not creating any negative thoughts, because I'm not exuding that negative vibration in the atmosphere. And you know, Sister Shivani beautifully mentions about these two gardens. The gardens which we have at our houses are the physical gardens. The garden in the front yard can be seen by people, but the garden which is in the backyard, there can be a lot of weeds over there. We don't really care because people don't come and see our inside gardens. So same thing inside ourselves also, we have this inner world and outer world. No one can see my inner world, which means what I'm thinking, what is my attitude, what is my feeling. No one can see that, but they can definitely experience that. And people can just see my outer being, outer behavior with them. I'm giving a smile on the face, but I may be radiating negativity to them. But finally, it's the thought and the feeling which goes to them. So she said you have to work on your inner garden. And for that, the best way to develop acceptance is contentment, the value of contentment, which also was one of the first values which we covered in the episodes, which was Sister Shilu had touched upon that. And someone asked how to surrender my intellect completely, because that was a point which came, that how can I radiate gratitude? It is only after surrendering the intellect completely. So she said it's not a very difficult thing. Remember your childhood and think how a child surrenders his intellect to the parents, and then it becomes very easy. So my time is up. It's exactly 11:15. I'll stop sharing. And let me at this juncture first introduce Yogesh brother to you all. I know him, I know him about him since a long time, but I have been listening to his beautiful workshop style facilitation which he does. He's basically into Brahma Kumari since many years, since a child, born in Malawi, Africa, with an Indian background. He's an Indian at heart very much, but brought up in the UK, London, Oxford. And he has been a personal development trainer and a workshop facilitator now for over 20 years. And he's done hundreds of seminars, workshops, and courses. And he does it for all over the world. Just to mention a few, it could be like team building, positive thinking, motivation and empowerment, many others. And just to give you a glimpse that he has the seminars and trainings done at many organizations, just to mention a few, like companies, Microsoft, Siemens, IBM, Adidas, Motorola, the list goes on and on, Barclays Bank, Citibank, Bank of Baroda in India, many others. So I'm sure he very nicely, gratefully thanks that all this facilitation and whatever he's learned, his training comes from the Academy for a Better World in Mount Abu, that is from Gyan Sarovar, all of us know that, and the Global Retreat Center in Oxford, England, because he served a lot of time in the Global Retreat Center also at the Oxford, and all the credit goes to that time of his experience that what he's mentioning. So with all this, I would like now to hand it over to Brother Yogesh. And thank you so much for joining. Over to you.
Hello and Om Shanti. Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, you're perfectly fine. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a day of giving thanks, showing appreciation and gratitude. So thanks from my side also for the chance to be with you and share some ideas. I'm aware already, of course, that you've explored the subject of gratitude in some depth, both with Shivani Didi and also what you've been doing this morning. So I'll just add a little bit more and see perhaps it can be useful. One thing I was thinking of as you were going through those slides is that the last human freedom that we all have is the freedom to choose our attitude in any given set of circumstances. No matter how difficult one's circumstances may be, but yet the one thing that people cannot take away from you is your attitude towards your circumstances. And if we learn to manage our attitude and keep it positive, then it can even happen that in a situation where there is no exit, you find there is no pathway to exit a situation, a pathway begins to form. And so attitude and learning to make our attitude positive and to imbue gratitude in the attitude is really part of the art of living. So let's have a closer look at what is gratitude. And the word itself comes from a Latin word, gratia, G-R-A-T-I-A, which means grace or graciousness. And in fact, it's a term which can be used to appreciate all the things that have happened in our lives which have helped me to be happy or which have enabled me to grow. And when we come into a spiritual lifestyle, then our ability to see opportunities for growth, that ability begins to expand. And I'll be touching upon this also in this sharing with you today. So what do we have to be grateful for? Well, there are some things which are very obvious to be grateful for. And those are things which you see people doing for you. In the video, I didn't see the video, but you mentioned somebody holding the door of the lift. So you see someone doing something good for you, and you may choose to express your gratitude, your thanks, your appreciation to that individual. Now, there are people who do that, who make the effort to show appreciation. There are also people who choose not to. Maybe just stay neutral, don't say anything. And there are people who go to the other end of the spectrum, who may grumble about the difficulties in their life. They may complain and criticize. And what is also true is that life is a great eavesdropper. So whatever information, whatever material, whatever energy we place within our awareness is of course going to go outside of us into the world, and the world will bring that back to us in the form of situations, circumstances, and also the dynamics in our relationships. Our thoughts and our words are like boomerangs. Whatever comes out of me is eventually going to come back to me. And this is important to understand, especially when it comes to wanting to make positive changes in our lives. Let's say, for example, an individual has quite dire circumstances in their life. There are problems at home, there may be problems at work, and so on. Now, if that individual places those problems in his or her awareness, puts them into the sacred space of awareness, then what's going to happen is I'm simply going to feed the dynamic of experiencing difficulties and problems in life. Each thought, each word I speak is creating my own reality. However, there is a chance, an opportunity to do something different. If I learn to see differently, if I learn to upgrade the quality of my thoughts towards my situation, then I'm giving a very different message to life. Now, each one of us is always giving messages to life, signals and clues, and mostly they are subconscious and invisible. And we'll look in a moment also in how to upgrade the signals and the messages that we're giving out into life. So first category is this, that appreciation or gratitude for obvious benefits towards you. And then there could be a second category of not so obvious good things which have been done for you, which you may not even realize. So a clear example is what parents do for children. When we are children, we receive a lot from our parents, both in terms of physically, they do things for us, take care of us, help us to get educated, and also, of course, the love and the care that they show us. But as children, we may not appreciate it. As children, we tend to take things for granted. And it's only later on, as we grow, that we may begin to appreciate, to understand, and to show gratitude for what we have been given, which we didn't even realize someone was giving to me. And the same thing may be happening to us in adult life as well. It could be that I'm receiving a lot from others, but I don't realize it. It's not so obvious. So I find a good exercise to do to generate this energy of gratitude is think about writing a letter. Write a letter to those whom you feel have greatly benefited you or influenced you in your life. Sit down somewhere quietly, take a pen and a sheet of paper, and individually write letters to those who you feel have benefited you. And you may find that as you write a letter, then this positive energy of appreciation and gratitude is further being generated within you. Hence, the first beneficiary of doing that is my own self. And secondly, when you get the chance, see if you can make an appointment with that person and read that letter to that individual. And if that person is very far away, then let's use technology. Make a phone call or make a Zoom call. And just to let that person know that, hey, you know, I'm really grateful for what you have done for me. Sometimes it can be a very tiny thing, which may seem insignificant to another person. But you're sharing to them that when you said this to me, when you said that one word to me, when you did that little thing for me, it made a difference for me. It changed my day, or it was a game changer for my life. And what this does is that you're giving a message to life, which is saying, I appreciate what you're giving to me. And the other person also just becomes aware of what they may subconsciously be doing, which is making a difference in other people's lives, and makes them more alert to doing more of that. Now, when we give the message to life that I am thankful and I am grateful, what does life do? Life says, really? Well, I'm going to give you more. And this is one of the principles of life generally. The more you value something, the more it comes back to you. The less I value something, then the less I will have of it. Those things will begin to move away from me. And so the question, how much do I value what I have in my life today? And for me, it's a question of attitude. Carrying that attitude around me of valuing people, valuing the animal kingdom, valuing nature, valuing the 5 elements. If I've generated and cultivated the attitude of value, then I believe that life will begin to take care of you by itself. As you may be aware of the common phrase, if you don't use it, then you lose it. So using in this context means being aware of, appreciating, and also sharing with others. So then there's a third category. One is obvious benefits coming towards you. 2 is not so obvious benefits. And the third is benefits coming towards you, which may be in disguise, gifts in disguise. And I think this is where spirituality really comes into play. A simple definition of spirituality is an upgrade in my attitude and my vision towards life. And I would call this as spiritual technology. Now, let's just look at technology for a moment. We know that technology and science is always being refined, upgraded, and improved. Just look at our mobile devices. Every few months, it seems, a newer version comes out, which can do 3, 5, 7 things better than the previous version. And so if technology can be upgraded, then what about us? Can you be a better version of yourself? Consider this, you, version 2.0. What would you be like as version 2.0? And you may say things like, well, you know, I'd have greater self-respect. I'd be emotionally more stable. My heart would be bigger, which means my capacity to love would be greater. I would have the ability to forgive. I would find that I have a deeper sense of humility. And also, my appreciation for life would be greater. Now, all of this is connected to how you see. So let's do a little exercise here in seeing. I'm going to show you something. Let me see if I can share screen. All right, so question is, what do you see? Now, am I able to receive the responses, either verbal or in the chat box?
Yeah. People can unmute themselves, yeah.
Okay. So, question again. What do you see? Let's see if I can do. Oh, yeah. Any responses?
Yeah, we can see the chat box, brother. It's mentioned spiral, a ripple. Yeah.
Spiral, ripple, yes. Okay. And can you read it out, because I don't have the chat box?
Fine, so I'll do that, no problem. So
Yeah.
someone is saying aim of life, then this is I, EYE, the I. Saying,
Yes. Okay.
and spiral, ripple, you already read.
Spiral.
If people want to, yes. If people want to just say yourself as well, you can unmute. You all can unmute. Circle of life, one brother is saying.
Very good. Very nice. Yeah. Sometimes people say, I see the universe. Some people say, I see a print. Some people say,
Going inside you, introvert.
okay, going inside, introversion. Very good.
So a brother has said, start from introvert. Beautifully, he said, start from introvert and it will be beyond.
Okay, very nice.
Then Dr. Mehta is also with us, Dr. Ashok Mehta. I'm sure you know of him. He's
yes,
saying growing, he's saying growing circle.
Growing circle, all right. Yes.
Someone is saying concentered.
I see blank space to create.
Yeah, okay.
Good, very nice. Lots of creative answers. Sometimes people say, well, I see a jalebi. Some even say that. Or a cinnamon roll. So, yeah, very interesting answers, creative answers about what this might be, what this could become, what it could perhaps represent. But there is a but. All the answers you gave, I think except one, all the answers you gave were about this image. Okay? And you didn't mention, nobody mentioned there's also this wide, empty, open, available space as well. I did not ask, what is this image? I asked, what do you see? Now your eyes went immediately to the image, and therefore all your creative thinking went into what this image could be, what this image could perhaps become. And therefore, although you could see all the white space around, but you didn't really pay attention to it. And so the result is you see what you want to see. Now let me get back to my screen here. So what's the point here? And what does this tell us? It tells us that there are 5 things involved here, 5 steps. What you see will influence what you think about. What you think about will generate how you feel. How you feel will drive how you behave, the actions you do, the relationships you form. And all of that will then create your life, your reality, your circumstances. So everything starts with what you choose to see. So the example, immediately, without being prompted, your eyes went to the image. Although you were aware, there is lots of white space there, but you didn't focus on it, you didn't pay attention to it. And this is an example just of the physical eyes. But the point really here is to do with your inner eye, which we call as the eye of your intellect. Yeah? Now, in life every day, you are presented with so many things in front of you. Some people are similar to you, some people are different to you. Sometimes situations come which you find pleasing, sometimes situations not so nice. So you cannot control what is coming to you on a daily basis, but what is absolutely in your hands is what you choose to see in that. And this is called being spiritually aware. Today, I may not be able to control what the theater of life is bringing to me, but I can control how I choose to receive it. If my mind is consumed by what I don't like about life, or I don't like about a person, I will generate my own stress, my own anguish, my own angst. If instead I am concerned with how I wish to receive this and how I wish to respond, then it's a very different attitude or energy towards life. Gratitude teaches us that within every situation that comes in front of me, there is an opportunity to learn and to grow. As some point out, don't just go through life, but grow through life. And what makes the difference between these two is how you are choosing to see situations. You know, as there is the saying, Jaisi aapki drishti, vaisi aapki srishti. So it's a saying that we're all aware of. And the point is, how much do we use this formula in the daily practical life? So here then is another little image to show you, just to help us to understand how we can change the way we see things and therefore learn to have greater appreciation or gratitude towards life. So what do we have here? You have 3 things here. The first is events. Now we are all surrounded by all kinds of events. Now, events could be the things happening in your house, immediately around you, or events could also be the things you see in the news every day, the national news, the international news, and we know there is so much going on today. And there's not so much you can do about the events which are happening outside of you. We walk through the streets every day, we see so many events taking place. But yet, here is what we do. We give meaning to those events. The event is outside of me, but with my mind, I am giving meaning to those events. So humans are sometimes described as meaning-making machines. We see things, we hear things, and with our thoughts, we are ascribing and imbuing meaning to all those events. We even give meaning to the words that people speak to us. Now, why this is important is because the meaning that you give to an event is going to generate your emotions. In other words, the way that you feel about those events. This is the sequence. First, an event happens, then you give meaning to that event, and then the emotion is generated. But here's the thing, the giving of meaning to the events happens very fast, very quickly. In a nanosecond, we don't even realize we are doing it. And just as quickly, the emotion is generated. And since this is so fast, event meaning emotion, the illusion we are under is that my emotions are actually a direct result of the events. This is the big illusion. So we say things like, for example, I feel very upset because of what happened today. Or I am very angry because of what you or someone said to me yesterday. I am very worried because of situation XYZ. But in fact, this is an illusion. It is not true. I'm not upset because of what happened today. I'm upset because of the meaning my mind is giving to what happened. I'm not angry because of what you said to me yesterday. I'm angry because of the meaning I am giving to what you said yesterday. I'm not worried because of situation XYZ. I'm worried because of the meaning I'm giving to situation XYZ. Now, this is both bad news and good news for us. The bad news is that there is no one to blame for your negative emotions. You cannot blame anyone. So sorry about that. No more blaming. The good news is exactly the same. And that is that if you choose to own the meaning that you are giving to events, then the way you feel is entirely in your own hands. I do not need to be dependent upon events, situations, or people for the way I feel, because I can choose the meaning I wish to give to those events. So part of being free and part of learning to have greater appreciation for life is this: let me let go of the tendency of controlling the event. Let me give more attention to owning or upgrading the meaning I give to it. Now, how do you do that? What is behind meaning? What is meaning comprised of? What is the meaning of meaning? Well, there are three main things that make up meaning, and we'll just look at one of them for today. And it is this. So here now comes the next slide. So here it is. Perspective, literally to do with the position from which you are seeing something, the angle of your view. So here is the spectrum of perspective. And at the top, this perspective is high or open. At the bottom, you can consider it to be low or closed. So this is all to do with that third category of events in which something useful may be given to me, but I do not realize it. It may be in disguise. So how to have gratitude even for the seemingly not so nice things life is giving to me. Let's say you have some issue in your life, some challenge, something which is giving you a little bit of angst. If your perspective is low, you may see that thing or that person as a problem. You may label it as a problem. Oh dear, here is a problem in my life. What can I do? How can I do? And if you see it only as a problem, then you may have negative emotions, you may lose sleep, you may have digestive disorders, and so on. But if you were to raise your perspective, now I choose to see this not just as a problem, but as an obstacle. Now, what is the difference between a problem and an obstacle? So a problem is when you come across a situation and you see it as a problem, you focus upon the thing which is in your way. And you may think, why is this here? How did this happen? Why is this person like this? This should not be like this. So all my attention goes upon the thing which is blocking me. But when I choose to see it as an obstacle, then I don't focus upon the thing in my way. I focus upon myself. I ask myself, how can I get over this? How can I find a way around this? It's a complete shift in focus. Now, obstacles come in all various wonderful shapes and sizes in our lives. And when it comes to dealing with human beings, we can look at it like this. If we consider life to be a school, if life is a university, then who are we? We are students. If life is a university and we are students, who are the teachers? Now, the teachers could be challenging situations, but especially the teachers are difficult people. The people you find difficult in your life. Now, I won't ask for a raise of hands, but how many of you have at least one difficult person in your life? I think everybody would say they have at least one, if not more. If life is a school and we are students and difficult people and situations are the teachers, then the question arises, what is the subject to study here? What is the subject matter in the university of life? And I believe that the highest of all learnings and the main subject that we have to learn in the university of life is the study and the research of virtue. Virtue, which is what we're exploring today and in this series. The more I imbibe virtue into my character, the more easily I'll be able to pass through a situation when it comes to me the next time. Now, how do we learn virtues? It's not only in workshops like these or in attending lectures or going on nice retreats. Yes, we learn a little bit in that context, but most of it comes in daily life. Now, if a person's third eye is closed, they only see problems, and then their life is full of criticism and complaining. If my third eye is open and I'm spiritually aware, I see the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to flourish. So for example, now just close your eyes for a moment. Okay, and now think of that one main person who you find difficult in your life. Somebody who just, you feel a little bit, there's some friction, or you just don't enjoy too much being in the company of that person. So bring the face of that person into your mind. Okay, how are you feeling? Now, just take a felt tip pen, like a magic marker, and just imagine writing on the forehead of that person, my teacher. Yes, this person is my teacher. Now, what is this person teaching me? Well, it could be this person is teaching me how to be tolerant. This person is teaching me the art of forgiveness. This person is teaching me how to love. This person is teaching me how to not take things personally. This person is teaching me, are you stable in your self-respect? Do you own your peace and happiness? So what we've done is we have changed perspective. We have reframed the situation. We have given different meaning to that particular relationship, which we may have found difficult. Okay, then you can just open your eyes. And so the energy of complaining or getting into a conflict changes into gratitude and appreciation. When you're spiritually aware, you see lessons for growth all the time, everywhere. Life is a very generous teacher. The classroom of life is full of opportunities to learn, but only if my intellect is open, my third eye is open, and I'm spiritually aware. So you may consider someone to be your personal trainer. Now, wouldn't it be fun if people actually wore t-shirts saying, I am your personal trainer. I will teach you how to overcome your ego. Somebody else is wearing a t-shirt with your name on it. So-and-so, I'm here to teach you how to love. Somebody else, I'm here to teach you how to be humble. If we're just aware of these opportunities for spiritual growth that come in life, then we have so much gratitude for what the drama, the theater of life is giving to us. And therefore, the student who is keen to learn, life, the teacher, gives you more and more and more opportunities to learn. Just as those of you who may have been teaching a group of students, out of a group of 10 or 20, you may see this one or two who's really keen to learn, and so you give more attention, more opportunities. Okay, let me move on as my time is running out. For obstacle, then, now I see the same situation as an opportunity to apply what I am learning, an opportunity to practicalize the virtues which I am paying attention to. Next stage, now I see the same situation as a test. Now, what about tests? Do we like tests? Well, when we're at school, we may not like tests, but we all need tests. Tests show us what you know and what you need to work on. For example, we take our body for a test, which is called a health checkup. As you would know, we take our car for a test. They check the wheels, the wipers, etc. And if something is not working well, they fix it. So too in life, when we come across challenges, whether they're small ones or big ones, I can see this as a test for me. I may think I'm very humble in some way. I may think I'm honest. How do I know unless life tries to tempt me with dishonesty? I may think I am very loving. How to know unless I am tested with some situation? And so we see the test as an opportunity to check where I am at and what more I need to do. Then finally, we see the same thing as a gift. What before I saw as a problem, now I see as a gift. And a gift means, of course, you have gained something. Your life has been enriched in some way. Now, some gifts come very beautifully wrapped. Lovely gold paper, red ribbon. You open the gift and inside, it's not so useful. Other gifts come badly wrapped, tatty, unattractive, not so nice to look at. But hold on just a moment. Open the gift and inside may be a real diamond for you. So too it is with life. For all of us, coming back to the opening sentence, the last freedom we have is my choice of attitude. If my attitude is one of learning, it's one of appreciation, one of wanting to grow, then opportunities are there all the time. And so hence just coming back to that first slide where I showed meaning. So when we're changing the perspective or raising the perspective we have towards situations, we are giving a different meaning to the event. And as you upgrade the meaning you give to the event, naturally, the way you feel, your emotions begin to change. The stronger you become emotionally, the more strong, the more safe, the more stable, the more secure, then you're in a position also to help others who may be going through anguish in their lives. So let me just pause there and just check in with Manoj Bhai. Should I just end with a few minutes of reflection, meditation?
Yeah, you can take 10 minutes, no worries. People are enjoying the session, so don't worry. You can go for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is maybe 5 minutes and then 5 minutes meditation. So I'll just touch upon the other two things which comprise meaning. One we've looked at is perspective. The other ones I'll just speak about. I didn't get the slides ready to show. Second one to really explore is context, the second component of meaning. So the question to ask is, in which context do you see life? Now, you may not consciously be giving a context, but we absorb context from our upbringing, from media, through education, and so on. And therefore, we are, whatever context within which you see life is the meaning you're giving to events, how important something is, how serious something is. Whether you make a small thing big or a big thing small depends entirely upon yourself. So some people may say, which context I see life in? They may see life as a competition. Some see life as business, that I have to win. They see every interaction as an opportunity to gain something over others. So they're always racing with others, seeing life as a competition. Some may see a battlefield. They wake up in the morning, they put on their war face, battling in the traffic, battling at work, battle sometimes with a family. So they see life as something to win in this mode of life is like a war. Some see life as a prison. They think that life is something to escape from, that here we are suffering, things are bad, how can I get out of here? But here are two contexts that we feel are very good and useful. One we have touched upon already, that see life as a school, and I won't repeat what I've just mentioned in the perspective part. But then the second great context for life is see life as a theater performance, the grand theater of life. See life as a drama. Now, how does this help us? Now, I'm sure you've all taken part in some theater, some play, maybe at school. And when you're in a theater performance, there are certain rules that you need to observe. And one of those is that you just have to focus on playing your part well. You cannot and you should not suddenly grab the director's hat, put it on, and start telling other actors how to play their part. If you do that, then you are breaking the laws of the play. And whenever you break a law, there is always a penalty. So what happens in life is when I try to control, even mentally, even in my thoughts, when I try to control the role, the performance of another actor in the play of life, I'm breaking the law. The penalty is I will lose my happiness, I will lose my peace, I'll get irritated, I'll feel disappointed, I may be angry or upset. So seeing life as a theater tells us that on the one hand, we are all performers and each soul is playing its own individual and unique part in the play. But at the same time, we also are audience for each other. And the art of performing the play is to know when to perform, when to observe, when to perform, when to observe, when you are an actor and when you are the audience. And it takes time to perfect this art. And so one of the things to practice as a spiritual aspirant is the art of learning to see as a detached observer. If you don't like what you see it as a detached observer, which means you are seeing, but you are also detached. Don't only be detached and fold your arms and say, well, I'm detached, so, I don't do anything. No. And don't only observe. If you only observe, then you will become an absorber, not an observer. You will absorb the scene in front of you. You'll absorb the stress and the pain or the anger that you see. But if you are a detached observer, you are seeing, you are present, you're understanding, and also you can participate and you can contribute. The sign of truly being detached is a constructive contribution to the situation. Detachment enables you to maintain your calmness, your objectivity, and a clear perspective. When your perspective is clear, then your response is proportionate. Sometimes when we act whilst being emotional or when being absorbed, our response is disproportional and we sometimes overhelp a person. We cross the boundary of responsibility and go too far in helping someone, which in the short term makes us feel good, but in the long term is bad for that person and also bad for me. So spirituality teaches us balance, laws and principle. Observe and respect the boundaries which exist between every person. And yes, we want to help each other. As human beings, it's our duty to help and to be compassionate. but our compassion should be spiritual, should not be emotional. Emotional help or emotional mercy makes you feel good, massages your ego for a while, but then it simply exacerbates the problem and it's not a solution. Spiritual compassion is based upon understanding. Spiritual knowledge must be part of compassion in order to know what to do, when to do, how much to do. This is something I've had the opportunity to observe in our senior yogis. As you know, we call them dadis, but they've really perfected the art of how to help someone so that person learns to stand on their own 2 feet. To really help someone means to help them to help themselves so they stand on their own 2 feet and learn to become independent. So I personally am so grateful and appreciative, have a lot of gratitude for the opportunities to learn, both obvious and not so obvious. And also I look back at those times in my own life when, yeah, there were some painful lessons. But I look back and see it was like a gift for me. I learned so much. It gave me the chance to grow and to open my perspective and see things from a very different angle. Okay, so let me just stop there and just lead into a little meditation. And I've got some music also, which I'd like to play. And I hope that's okay, Manoj Bhai.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, whatever suits you. Yeah.
All right, so I'll play this music. Okay. So we take just a few moments to step back from the outside world and to come to the inner world. The world outside is the world of noise, the world of action. And I cannot control the outside world. But the world inside is in my hands. The world of my thoughts, the world of my feelings. I value the thoughts I produce. And I choose the thought of peace. I am aware of myself as the radiant star in the center of the forehead. I, the living spark of peaceful light. And from this place of peace, I see the world outside. I see my life up to this moment. And I see all the lessons that life has been giving me. I choose to see the opportunities to grow and to learn which life has provided to me. I take the lessons. I let go of the situation and I move on. I learn, I grow, and I fly. I choose to greet each new day with the attitude of what can I learn today? What will my friend, the theater of life, teach me today? Everything comes for a reason. Everything is meaningful. Everything is good. I take goodness and I share goodness. Let me carry this attitude throughout my life.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Yogesh. It was amazing. It's apologies. Actually, I think I have pinched on your time. Next time you'll get 1 full hour because we really need to go in the depth of that virtue and it needs some time, at least 1 hour. So next time it will be definitely 1 hour. And thank you. I'll just quickly do a bit of announcements before people just start leaving. And Anu sister, be ready with your camera for the photographs. So, as you know, continuing in the Values for Life series, May, the month of May is 31 days. And you know, it's the summer has started in the Western world. In India, it's too hot here to manage things. And the COVID also is quite hot. But we have 3 episodes this time in the month. And we say make hay while the sun shines. And May, the days have started becoming more longer, as the Canadian and the US people know about that. So with this, we move on to the next episode, which is on 2nd May, that is just tomorrow. So this was just coming back to back after last Sunday. This is the only time it will come weekly, otherwise it's fortnightly. And we have our beautiful sister Jayanti with us. No person better than her can do this talk on this value because she, I think, is a symbol and epitome of humility. All of you agreed to that. And it's her gentleness always inspires us to be more and more humble like her. So the timings remain the same for India, 8 to 9. So there's no change in this time. It's tomorrow. And again, no one else better than Brother Yogesh. He's so kind enough, and he said he'll definitely do. He told me, I'm humbly accepting your invitation. So I said, yeah, why not? Thank you so much. But remember, this will be next Sunday. And there's a little bit of time change. For some reasons, we are not able to do it India morning time. So we are doing it India evening time. And we need to accommodate US and Canadian souls as well, of the West Coast particularly. So we have slightly changed the timing to 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. India time. So we'll be sending you all the invitations and WhatsApp messages later. And just to remind you that people who have been on the online facilitation training program of Vihasa, you'll have done the first weekend. The second weekend is 15th and 16th May, which is the third week from now. We'll be announcing that later, but just a reminder for that. And more information will be available on our website, vihasa.in. Email us at this vihasaindia@gmail.com, and whatever workshops we have been doing and the episodes of the series as well, both are available on the website. And this is the YouTube playlist for all the workshops. It's very simple. You can write it down if you want. omshanti.tk and /workshops. So with this, I'll stop sharing. And before you all leave, if you all can just all of you all on your video camera so that we can take a photograph with Brother Yogesh. And also, I would just in the meantime, ask Dr. Ashok Mehta, because he's also around, to just propose a vote of thanks for Brother Yogesh. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Mehta. Yeah.
It's been such a pleasure to listen to Yogesh Bhai. I have known Yogesh Bhai since the days he was in Oxford. That time he was a young man, way back in mid-90s. And then I met him sometime in the 2007-8 when we visited Istanbul and spent some time with him. But I was not aware of his outstanding teaching abilities and touching the heart. Yogesh Bhai, it's been such a pleasure to listen to you and see you and watch you very carefully and hear your resonant voice right from experience to heart to what you learned, abilities from Dadi Janki and probably Jayanti-Ben as well, since you spent a lot of time in Oxford. Thank you very much for your outstanding contribution and your love and affection for the BK family. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much. So yeah, Anu sister, over to you.
I think there are still people who haven't started their video. So please open up the videos and bring the feelings. What is that you're feeling right now as the sparkle on your faces, right? Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Once again. Yeah, I got it. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Yogesh and Dr. Mehta. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you. Thank you.
Yogesh, bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.